Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Welcome back on this beautiful Saturday night. Welcome back. I'm gonna wait till y'all get up in here. I got something to show you guys, to talk to you guys about. Very important information. Your boy DELRAY, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV, Straight Game TV. I'm gonna get right into it. Miss Matthews, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. I wanna I wanna talk about something what's up, Robert Brown, Lafayette in Indiana in the building. What's happening? Uh boom boom, what's up? What's up? From Canada. CT, let's go. I want to talk about this. As you all know, I'm not even gonna wait for for everybody, because like I said, when we get to going, and you can watch it back or whatever. I just want to get it going. Thank you for all of the people, Robert, Miss Matthews, CT, people that Gregory, Weathers. Thank you for joining. I'm sure the people that I'm about to talk about probably have logged in or seen the what's the name, but they just won't. Uh, uh, they won't come into the chat, if you will. What up? What up, Machiavelli the Don? What's happening? Stanley 407. Money Mom Riley. What up? What up? Iconoclast, what's happening? I'm gonna get right into it, y'all. Check this out. Over the years, we've seen various things said over there on Bomb1st. Like I told you guys before, when I first came on Art of Dialogue, they attacked me. The fact of the matter is, Reggie had been allowed up until this point to talk about many stories and things that we thought were true. And I'm going to do this with all due, to be candid as possible, if you will. Reggie Wright Jr., along with John over at Bomb1st. John's narrative has always been that, since I believe he was the IT guy over at Death Row after everything was done and said or whatever, has always said that we should believe Reggie because Reggie was around. Reggie was there, right? This has been the narrative that has been pushed since day one in Bomb1st over there with Reggie Wright Jr., right? We've seen that nobody else has really been over there, that or wants to go over there on their channel. I would believe, based on the fact that Reggie is so disrespectful at certain times, different people. He'll say anything. He'll say incendiary things about people that he has no access to and has never met, right? And so it's with this recent information that just came across to me that proves that Reggie Wright Jr. has been lying, that John, the host of Bomb1st, knows that Reggie has been lying, and I'm going to lay it out for you just like this. So recently, we've seen that Suge Knight has spoken from jail, has his own podcast over there on Breakbeat Media, dealing with Dave Mays. Dave Mays used to co-own The Source, him and Benzino, right? There was a video that was done the other day and saying that Dave Mays would be, and from John from Bomb1st, Dave Mays would be doing a great favor or the right thing, or if Dave Mays wants to do the right thing, that he would put Suge Knight and Reggie Wright Jr. on the phone together. Correct? You can go over there and look at it on Bomb1st if you feel like you want to go look at it. Now, John is suggesting that the person whom has told us for the past 10 years that Suge Knight was the person who left him in control of Death Row, right? John is now suggesting that Dave Mays right? Put Reggie on the phone with Suge because Dave Mays is over there doing great numbers with the Suge Knight podcast. Also, if you remember a few years ago, Reggie had lied and told us that Suge Knight was supposed to be coming on Bomb1st to do some kind of interview podcast in association with Bomb1st, right? But let me get into the lies. Reggie has told us that he ran Death Row. Reggie has told us that he was responsible for all of these projects up until recently, until Suge Knight has spoke out and said that Reggie Wright Jr. was only security. And how does Reggie claim to know most of the things that he knows? And Suge Knight has said it out of his mouth, just like I had been telling you guys before, that Reggie Wright Jr. was only security. Now you hear that Suge Knight has confirmed it. What's up, Christopher Perry? Suge Knight has now confirmed it out of his mouth that Reggie was just security. And so now that we know this, we've heard just as of recent, somebody, I don't know who, but what it appears to be the optics of it, Dave Mays and Suge Knight recently spoke about the hijacking of Suge Knight's Twitter account. They just talked about that in the last broadcast, right? On Breakbeat Media. And when I found out about that, I went over to the Twitter account, Suge Knight's Twitter account, right? Which has approximately 24,000 followers, if you will, right? And there was information that would make you think that Suge Knight posted something that he may be in the possession of some kind of a contraband phone from prison, or had somebody in his family promote this picture with Trayvon Lane, 2Pac, and Suge Knight, basically saying that the person in the picture was the person that was responsible for killing 2Pac. And it wasn't supposed to be Suge Knight. It was supposed to be alleging that I guess Trayvon Lane. I don't know what that is, but let me break down the nuances of what this really is and what this really is about. Now, notice when Reggie was able to talk about all of the things that he was doing at Death Row, running Death Row, and I was doing this and I was doing that, I showed you guys the affidavit, or better yet, the testimony that was given by Suge Knight in a court deposition, if you will, or a court trial transcript, if you will, and the lawyer asking Suge Knight who ran Death Row after he was incarcerated. He said it was Miss Chalet, and I showed that to you guys, right? Reggie had been doubling and tripling down, right? No, I was in here. Oh, just now Suge has spoke out and proven that to be a lie, right? So now here comes all of a sudden. Now that Suge is speaking out, all of a sudden, Suge Knight's Twitter account gets hacked. And guess what information that they're pushing and promoting on Suge Knight, or Suge Knight is supposedly, allegedly promoting on his Twitter account? It just happens to be posts from Bomb1st. Now, if anybody could be more obvious in who would be allegedly behind the hacking or the stealing or the jacking of the Suge Knight Twitter, right? One would allude to the person who's promoting or the posts that are being on there. It would have you believe that now Suge Knight is somehow in cahoots with Bomb1st. Or Suge Knight, somebody Suge Knight's associated with, is now in cahoots with Bomb1st. That's what it would have you think by the Twitter account of Suge Knight actually promoting posts from Bomb1st. But we know that that's not true, right? Absolutely. What's up, Emmy's blessed, Janine Hollis, right? So we know that that's not true. So whoever hijacked Suge Knight's Twitter account, right, is posting posts from Bomb1st. And now alleging that Suge Knight got ahead, in front of, basically saying that, the site was hijacked and he's not posting, he's not in charge of that, he's not doing none of those things, right? And it quickly died down. But the post from Bomb1st made it clear that it wasn't Suge Knight, and I'm going to tell you why. You see, Reggie Wright Jr. has been saying things for the past couple of years in regards to Suge Knight that a true friend wouldn't say. And then wants to then come back and try to clear it up and act like he's Suge Knight's friend and that they're close. Once again, Reggie told us that Suge Knight was supposed to be coming on Bomb1st for an exclusive interview, and he had pumped that and pushed that and done all of these things. And we can clearly see that Suge Knight wants nothing to do with Reggie Wright. That is a fact. Because if that were the case, then Reggie would not have went on Bomb1st the other day and actually through a video on Bomb1st suggest that Dave Mays put him in touch with Suge Knight and somehow have Reggie and Suge Knight do a podcast or some kind of broadcast over there on Breakbeat Media. This is the guy who said that he was Suge Knight's right-hand man. Right? He was Suge Knight's right-hand man. But yet he can't get a collect call. You got to really not mess with somebody if you in jail and usually somebody would want somebody to be able to accept their collect calls. But you got to really not mess with a guy, right, to not call him collect. And you can hear over the internet and through videos that he wants you to contact him, but you haven't contacted him, and you're only contacting Dave Mays because you have a podcast now to do over there on Breakbeat Media. I want you to understand the most egregious thing, and I don't think Reggie Wright Jr. has even thought about the most egregious thing that Reggie Wright Jr. did was the fact that he said on Vlad TV that Russell Poole was correct when he said that Suge Knight was responsible for Biggie's murder. I'm going to say that again. Reggie went on Vlad and suggested that Russell Poole had got it right when Russell Poole said that Suge Knight was responsible for the murder of the notorious B.I.G. Now, if somebody said that you were responsible for something that you weren't responsible for, right? You wouldn't, especially dealing with murder and, homicide or whatever, you wouldn't deal with them ever again in your life because you would know at that particular point that they had no kind of stop button, if you will. They had no kind of self control or things that they wouldn't say, right? So even after saying all of those things, those detrimental things to a person who's already down and in prison and locked up, Reggie suggested that Suge Knight has something to do with Biggie's murder. Now, we don't know that to be true or not. None of us do, to be real honest and clear. We can have our speculation. We can have our theories. We can have our thought patterns. But why is it now that Reggie Wright Jr. on Bomb1st is suggesting that Dave Mays put him in touch with Suge Knight when Reggie has claimed through all of these years that Suge Knight left him in control of Death Row, which we now know through the podcast over on Breakbeat Media, through Dave Mays' and Suge Knight's conversation, that was not true, like I was telling y'all all this time. And Suge Knight had made it clear he left Michelle A in charge of Death Row. And Reggie was just the liaison. Right? Now, once again, Suge Knight is now telling so much truth, right? And debunking all the lies that now they go and hack into the Suge Knight Twitter account and start now putting up posts from Bomb1st to get us, the public, to believe, or should I say the naive people who can't think for themselves, to believe that somehow Suge Knight is posting a picture of himself, 2Pac, and Trayvon Lane, and basically saying that Trayvon had something to do, or Trayvon was the reason behind 2Pac's murder, and that Suge Knight was the one posting it because it was Suge Knight's Twitter. When all of the other posts on there and things that came from there were posts that came from Bomb1st. Are we fools? So now Suge is, for whoever, Suge got him posting a post from Bomb1st from prison. Yeah, because you know, and now so that once that misleads the people who don't know into thinking that Reggie and Suge Knight have a relationship that doesn't exist. You see the tomfoolery that's going on? So much so, just like I told you when I was saying what I was saying about Reggie before, so much so that he would file a lawsuit against me. Not for telling a lie, but for speaking the truth. And a frivolous lawsuit at that. So now we bring it full circle. I put out the letter showing that 2Pac had fired Reggie, right? And he still, up until this point, has been denying it as of today, saying that he was not fired despite the black and white paper with 2Pac's actual signature on it saying that Reggie was fired. And this is the part that I want you to understand most of all. John from Bomb1st, the person who gets on Bomb1st and interviews Reggie every day, John did an interview with Frank Alexander before Frank's death. And Frank Alexander actually told John from Bomb1st that he had got the letter in August, right? And that Frank said he confronted 2Pac about the letter. I want y'all to understand what I'm telling you now. Listen to me. Frank said he approached 2Pac and asked 2Pac, so I'm fired? You firing me? And Frank said that he told, that 2Pac told him, no, Frank, you going with me when he leaves, because he was planning on leaving Death Row, right? And Frank also said that 2Pac told him that. Listen. So John, in doing that interview, before he started really doing interviews with Reggie, in doing that interview, John already knew about Reggie being fired because Frank Alexander told him about everything, and said that and Frank also said he still has the letter that 2Pac sent that actually fired Reggie as security. John from Bomb1st, who interviews Reggie Wright Jr. every day, knew this information already. So if John knew that information, how is it in John's understanding or honesty or having any kind of morals that he would let Reggie get on his platform every day and lie and say that he was not fired when John already knew from Frank Alexander, because Frank even thought that he was fired? You got to understand that from a whole different perspective. You understand what I'm saying? So what that tells me is John doesn't really care. He just get on there, let Reggie say whatever he want to say, as long as people come over there and view and click on that garbage that they're promoting. And like I told you, why is it that all of a sudden Suge Knight's Twitter gets hacked, and now it looked like Suge, posting posts from Bomb1st. Why would they do that? Well, who would do that? Absolutely, the Don. Absolutely. And so Cali Kills 100, what's happening? And so when we understand this, you got to understand that. So when I told you guys, I was like, yo, Reggie didn't really have anything to do with Tupac. Tupac didn't mess with him. I told you that Reggie would go back and tell Tupac's business that he would find out from the security guards that he might had on Tupac, what Tupac was doing, who Tupac was with, what girls, all of these things that were going on. Thank you, Darian. I appreciate that, right? I tried to tell you guys that. And so that's when Reggie began to do what? He began to call me names and get people to believe things that weren't true about me, right? So what I do is I do my research and I come back. But what I'm going to come back with is going to be factual. It's going to be on point. It's going to be well researched, right? And I can keep on saying it and keep on saying it because guess what? It's true and I can prove it. So that wouldn't be defamation at all from that perspective, right? So much so, they came out with this talking about royalties and getting royalties from ASCAP BMI, which is the performance rights organizations. Whether you're a songwriter, musician, they pay the royalties, every month, right? So much so that, and this is what let me understand that there was a veil of lies that needed to be exposed in dealing with Bomb1st. So now, the video that they did the other day basically exposed to me, as it well as should expose to you, the fact that John knows that Reggie did not have that type of relationship with Suge Knight. And for him to say, oh yeah, Suge, supposed to be coming on the Bomb1st to do some kind of podcast or interview. That was never planned. That was never in the cards. Because Reggie had confirmed that he hadn't talked to Suge in some years, in a while. So how would one be able to actually make that accusation when in fact you hadn't spoken to the person that you're talking about coming on to the broadcast in a couple of years? Red flag number one. Red flag number two is the fact that when in the recent video, John made the suggestion and saying, what I would think would be a good thing, if Dave Mays wants to do the right thing. Man, Dave Mays not thinking about no Bomb1st and no Reggie Wright. Dave Mays doing his thing. He's the one that captured Suge, speaking the truth as Suge understands it and knows it from Suge's perspective. And what we found out is that 95% of the things that Reggie had been saying over these years have been lies. Not because I say so, but because the guy who made Reggie the head of security at Death Row said so. This is the same guy in Suge Knight that told us that he had called Reggie on that night in Vegas to send 5 more security guards to protect Tupac that night. And Reggie did not send anybody. Suge Knight also said, and I told y'all, man, listen to me. I told y'all, Suge Knight said it didn't have to happen. Meaning Tupac being shot did not have to happen if Reggie would have listened to what he said. But Reggie was so hurt. He was so hurt that Tupac had fired him approximately 11 days earlier on August 27th, 1996. Reggie was hurt by that. That's why he took all the security off of Tupac. And the reason why Frank Alexander stayed, because Frank did what he said he did. You got to know that was the 27th. Frank talked to Tupac in and around the 27th about getting that letter and being fired. So when Tupac told him, yo, no, Frank, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You going with me. That's why you see Frank with Tupac at the MGM that night And that's why you see Frank pull Orlando off of 2Pac off of Orlando that night. Frank really didn't care anymore about all of that because Pac had told him, yo, you coming with me. Frank knew who the Golden Goose was and still doing his job and handling his business, right? Think about it. Michael Moore got called back and went to the Club 662. And Michael Moore said that Reggie had been calling him, having people call him and tell him, yo, come back to Club 662. Because Reggie did not want any of the security on 2Pac because he had been fired that night. But this is the thing that changes the dynamic. 2Pac fired Reggie once again. Like I tell y'all, 2Pac fired Reggie as his own personal security. Reggie still had an obligation to Death Row. So when Suge Knight told him, yo, send 5 more security guards to guard Pac, and Reggie sent nobody, he was being insubordinate. He was disobeying a direct order from Suge Knight that night in Las Vegas to send those other 5 security guards. Now check this out. So when you deal with the recent testimony in the KVD grand jury testimony, I read to you guys the other day. I did a video on that, right? And in that testimony, you hear them mention Reggie Wright Jr.'s name. You see, Reggie had been saying that Suge Knight speaking out when he had spoke out wanted to impute himself or involved himself in this 2Pac murder investigation involving KVD. Once again, that's the most egotistical, narcissist thing that a person can ever say, when the fact of the matter is Suge Knight was in the car with 2Pac. He is centrally involved with this whole thing, but has not spoken out, hasn't cooperated with the police, as they've said in the investigation, right? But the person who refused to send the security when Suge Knight asked him to do so is one of the first people to run to Las Vegas and testify in the grand jury involving KVD, but could not send the security the night that Suge Knight asked him, which probably would have avoided the whole thing and 2Pac being shot to begin with. You understand what I'm saying? So now I tried to explain to you. Reggie Wright Jr. wanted to be involved in the KVD situation because of the guilt, the responsibility, him being complicit in the death of 2Pac Shakur by being insubordinate, by being bitter, by being jealous, by being vindictive, and not doing what he was supposed to do when Suge asked him to do. So now when it comes time for this KVD investigation, Reggie now is the first one to line up to talk about the gang climate at that time. Well, there's a lot of people that say, yeah, Reggie's the homie and all of that. I'm not going to try to get it. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I'm talking about these facts. I'm talking about that paperwork that Yasmin Fula, the mother of Yaki Gaddafi, let loose when the actual facts that said that Reggie was fired because Reggie had said something crazy about her. This is a 70-year-old woman. That woman ain't never said nothing about Reggie in her life. But Reggie felt to take it upon himself to disrespect this woman. And so she thought that she should release a little gem, that 2Pac had signed, that she had sent, that Frank Alexander had gotten, that John from Bomb1st had knew about prior to having Reggie on his platform as much as he does now and as broadly as he does now. John from Bomb1st already knew that Reggie had been fired. But John chose to ride with the lies because it would pay. You see? And so now this is what we see now. Here goes the hijacking of the Suge Knight Twitter, because we got to change. So what they were trying to do, right, is change the narrative and get the public to believe that somehow Suge is in favor of Bomb1st, right? Is cool with Bomb1st, and so much so that he would post Bomb1st content on Twitter. It is the furthest thing from the truth. And you know what proves that? The recent video that they did over on Bomb1st, where John suggests that Dave Mees have Reggie and Suge Knight on Breakbeat Media together as if it was the Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao fight #1. Like they're back on my wall right there, right? What up, CWM662? Kenneth Malone, D. Leo, Say Less, Free Suge TV, Darian, New York State of Mind, CT, Kareem Smith. Just giving some shout outs. Miss Matthews. Absolutely. Once again, and you right about that, Miss Matthews. Once again, Suge Knight said it didn't have to happen. But he had asked Reggie to send 5 security guards that he didn't send. Reggie has yet to accept and take responsibility for what happened to 2Pac Shakur that night on his watch without trying to blame Frank Alexander. Frank was there. Frank actually was the one there to pull 2Pac off of Orlando that night. Anthony Waters, what's up? Mike Fiend, what's happening? CC Black, what's happening? Right? So once we understand this, I'm telling you, in the title of this video that I just put out, John from Bomb1st has inadvertently exposed Reggie and his lies. Just like the time he exposed Reggie when Reggie claimed that he was getting this big royalty check, and John forgot to redact the actual line, and the check was for approximately $134. And Reggie was basically saying, oh, John, you could blacken it out, because I don't want him to get mad, at how much money I'm getting. John had forgot to redact the top line with the actual amount on the royalty check, and it was only $134. When I brung that up, Reggie was like, well, I ain't, see, they got, yeah, 100, right, New York State of Mind. That's what I'm saying. But see, these are the things that I've caught them in the lies involving that, and I've tried to tell people, and they kind of went with the, oh, he was calling me groupie, he was calling me all of these names. See, that's the shiny little object, right? To get you away from the facts and on to the truth, and where the credibility of what they're saying, it doesn't exist. And guess what? Suge Knight is still alive to basically debunk all of those lies that Reggie has told, and Suge Knight has been doing so. And that's why Reggie has been so upset in regards to Suge Knight, because Suge been telling the truth about Reggie's involvement. Reggie was just security. That was it. And he was a failed security at that. He failed Suge Knight. He went on Bomb1st, like, I was Suge Knight main man. But where was you at the night that Suge needed you? Why didn't you send the 5 security guards when Suge Knight needed you? Why is now Suge Knight Twitter account being hacked and Bomb1st content being promoted over there as if Suge Knight is the one backing, right? And sponsoring the promotion of Bomb1st content on Suge Knight's hacked Twitter account. You understand what I'm saying? See, this is the problem, once again, when you tell lies. Now you got to come up with a new one. Now, because the truth is now being told, now Reggie, along with John over on Bomb1st, has to try to pivot and navigate and come up with a new plan, because people are starting to disassociate themselves with that channel regarding the fact that what? It's all been a bunch of lies. Absolutely, it was intentional. Slauson Girl, what's happening? Darian, what's up? Rain G4, D. Leo, what's happening? Like I said, when you go back and you got 3 people, and I always say you got 3 people. You got Michael Moore, Suge Knight, and you got Frank Alexander. Basically, they were all saying the same thing. And whenever it came time for Reggie to accept responsibility, he didn't. So the latest video over there on Bomb1st with them asking, Dave Mays to do an interview with Reggie and Suge Knight over on Breakbeat Media, that's not going to happen. Right? And so when you understand that, we get it now. It's all been lies. Sure, Reggie was there. That's without a doubt, John. But you know, John, that Reggie has been lying. You knew that since the time that you did the interview with Frank Alexander. You know Frank Alexander had no reason to lie at that particular time. He was telling the truth. Right? And the first person, when the Keefe D situation goes down, the first person over there to testify as if they knew something, who wasn't even there for the situation when it went down, who could give no real firsthand information as to what it was and what it wasn't, right? Who pulled the security off of 2Pac, who was the one who Frank said that told them they could not carry guns. It was Reggie Wright Jr. It was Reggie Wright Jr. And so now it's come full circle. Now, because nobody knew that Suge Knight was going to do the podcast with Breakbeat Media. I knew, though. I knew. Yeah, I knew. I talked to Dave Mays before it even happening. That's a fact. I don't need to lie, right? He told me some things that he was going to do, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, cool. But when it finally came out, I was like, oh, Dave was 100 about that. You know what I mean? And we had a gentleman's conversation, And so, like I said, once again, when we talk about what's real, what's factual, and the fact that Suge is speaking out and just stating, the things that, how things, and a lot of stuff that Suge is saying is actually really interesting, from his perspective on the business aspect, what he was looking at, what he was facing, how it went down, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like I said, we know now it's all been a bunch of lies. We know for a fact that 2Pac fired Reggie on August 27th, 1996, approximately 11 days before he was shot in Las Vegas. We know that Suge said that he wanted 5 more security guards sent over to protect 2Pac. We know that Reggie didn't send them, period. We know Suge Knight said that it didn't have to happen. Reggie was insubordinate. Reggie was disobedient, and it was a dereliction of his duty. Yeah, no, Pac fired Reggie once. He fired him just once, and that was on August 27th, 1996. That was once. He tried to make it seem like it was twice. There was only one letter sent out, and he fired David Kenner on the same day. You've never heard David Kenner come out and say, yeah, no, he didn't fire me. David Kenner was okay with that. David Kenner was a high-powered criminal attorney, and David Kenner is still, practicing law. So, okay, your client fired you. Yeah, it's all right. 2Pac or any Pac, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You understand what I'm saying? You move on. But the fact of the matter is that Reggie has been, till this day, denying the fact that he was fired. It says a lot. The fact that he would be one of the first people to go try and testify to the grand jury involving the Keefe D situation and wasn't there says a lot. The fact that he would lie to the grand jury and finally admitting the truth about the fact that the Nextel radios, I told y'all and I showed y'all the transcript in the video that he had did on Bomb1st, basically saying that the Nextel radio didn't have a walkie-talkie feature. But he went in front of the grand jury after 20, almost 30 years and basically stated that it did. Go look it up. Go look at the video I did. I'm trying to explain something to y'all where the inconsistencies lead to more speculation. And that's why people always say that Reggie set it up from that perspective, right? I'll tell you this. I don't know whether he set it up or not. I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you for a fact, beyond any shadow of a doubt, is that Reggie was bitter. That Reggie was fired on August 27th, 1996. That Reggie was insubordinate in listening to his boss, Suge Knight. That the catalyst that Reggie set, or the example that Reggie had set on that night, made it possible for Keefe D, for 2Pac to run over to Orlando Anderson, for Keefe D to slide up on Suge Knight and them in the car, because there was not adequate enough security. And the funny thing of all is the one phone call in where Reggie had, when Keefe D was free, Reggie had Keefe D's number, right? And he tried to call Keefe D. You know, I'm like, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I'm still confused because I don't really want, you know what I mean? I don't have nothing against Keefe D, but I really don't want to carry no conversation with him though. You know what I mean? I just don't. I just wouldn't. You know what I mean? You know, like you said, if you don't mess with somebody, you don't mess with somebody. You don't deal with somebody, you don't deal with them. You know, you feel like they did some foul stuff, not because just of the 2Pac situation, but the fact that he confessed that he was a federal informant. You know what I mean? Still professing to be a gangster, you know? Like I said, that's his life. That's what he wants to do. But just under certain operational procedure as a man, you know, and then the 2Pac situation on top of that. And I understand that. Like I said, you involved with something, a beef or something like that, and people, there's no hard, fast rules as to what happens in that thing, right? But like I said, from Reggie's perspective, I'm talking about. Why would you want to talk to the guy who supposedly or allegedly at that particular time has something to do with the death of the guy you were supposed to be securing, who was supposed to be on your side of whatever it was at that particular time? You understand what I'm saying? I just don't understand that. You know, like I said, nothing personal that I have against Keefe D, but I'm just saying from the optics of dealing with the Reggie situation. And then so much so, he was calling Keefe D on the phone, you know, trying to get a conversation out of Keefe D when Keefe D was free. But when Keefe D got locked up, Reggie was the first one to line up for that grand jury testimony, man, to testify in that grand jury. Absolutely. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And when 2Pac said that, picture me rolling. Yeah. No, there's being dope sold, but I ain't the one selling. Right? You know what I mean? So, like I said, it made you think also, Don, what 2Pac knew at that particular time in regards to the investigation about what the feds was doing and investigating them. Right. And also the one, it was the 137, I believe, range G4, 137, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So once again, y'all have not paid attention to the parallels of that situation. On one end, Reggie's calling Keefe D when Keefe D's out trying to get in touch with him. Hey, what's up, Keefe D? Yeah, it's 137. Hey, Keefe D. And then soon as Keefe D get locked up, Reggie's the first person to line up to testify in front of the grand jury about what he allegedly knew or whatever they were asking him from that perspective. You know, yeah, so like I said, it all of the stuff that I dealt with and him calling me names and stuff like that was basically from a video that I did with the Art of Dialogue. And Reggie was mad because I came out with paperwork and I came out with facts and I came out with the truth. You know what I mean? And so, you know, if you were listening to Reggie at that time over there on Bomb1st, you would have known, like, oh, hold on, because Reggie over here saying this and saying that and talking about how Pac wasn't going to leave Death Row. How would Reggie know? And now we know for a fact through Suge Knight that Reggie didn't know. He didn't know anything. He made the world believe that he was closer to that situation than he actually was. And you know how I know that? Because the fact of the matter is, if he would have known, he would have brung out the bail papers and all of the stuff that Tupac signed and going to death row, the real contract, not the one that was written on that piece of paper, but the real contract. Reggie would have known that Tupac was still signed with Interscope and still an artist under Interscope and not actually signed to death row. But guess what? Suge Knight just came out and confirmed that. But all this time, Reggie had been trying to convince you that Tupac was signed to death row. You understand what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing wrong with that, because Suge said basically, yo, they gave me Tupac's contract for Tupac to operate under death row. And like I was going to be the person overseeing that. The money still was going to go to Interscope. They gave Suge a $4 million publishing deal, which Suge was happy for, because any artist that was producing under death row at that time, Suge, I believe, was getting like 50% or whatever it was, or if not 100% of what they were doing, and for whatever business he was doing. That's just business. Absolutely. They selling death row t-shirts and all of this other stuff. I mean, come on. There's a very low level of moral stability in dealing with that situation, and certain things that you just don't do. You understand what I'm saying? So like I told y'all, I wanted to bring you this. The latest video that they did over there on Bomb1st proves everything that I've been saying. The hacking of Suge Knight's Twitter account proves everything that I've been saying. Now Suge's been telling the truth. All of a sudden, out of the blue, his Twitter account get hacked. Who you think responsible for that? Oh, all of a sudden, the Twitter account that's been hacked is now promoting Bomb1st content. Really? Come on, y'all. And so, like I said, that's what it's been since day one. And like I said, I don't have nothing personal against anybody, Reggie, John, or whatever. But I'm going to speak the facts as the facts where they lie. John needs to come out and state the fact that he knew that Reggie was fired. If you want any kind of credibility involving your channel, you got to come out and admit that you knew that Reggie was fired. You got to come out and admit that this paper that Yasmin Fuller put out is in fact a real document. It doesn't matter when he'll say it. Like I said, the longer he keeps quiet, the more his credibility is affected. It doesn't really matter. You understand what I'm saying? So now, if John is wondering why people don't want to come over there on his platform, is because of all of the lies and all of the incendiary things that Reggie has been saying. No, John doesn't believe Reggie. John wants viewers. When Reggie was in jail and me and Art of Dialogue was doing that thing, John was in the comments on the videos that me and the Art of Dialogue were doing, because Reggie was in jail and he couldn't get nobody over there on Bomb1st. See, he doesn't think that I know this, but I do. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they wanted me on their channel. I did a video about that, showing you where they said, yo, it would be cool if DELRAY came over here and came on the channel. I respectfully declined. I don't want to be associated with that buffoonery, man. If we want to have a conversation about anything, or something that we believe, let's say the Cat Williams situation or whatever comes up in the media, and you want to sit down and have a conversation about that, you can do that in a respectful manner without insulting anybody, without calling somebody names. You know what I mean? And so therefore, from that perspective, like I said, when I came on the scene, me and Art of Dialogue, we were just doing interviews. He was asking me questions, how did I know Tupac and all the music, the pictures, and all of that stuff. And so from that perspective, that's just what it was. But now, the last interview they did proves everything. The hacking of Suge Knight's Twitter account, posting or acting like Suge was posting stuff from Bomb1st, is the revealing final revelation that we all need to know, that basically Reggie was lying about 95% of the stuff that, you know what I mean, that he was talking about. Even the Soul Train Music Awards thing. You know what I mean? So once you understand that, you can now come to a conclusion. That's why I don't do videos all the time. I could come on here and talk about, 2Pac till I'm blue in the face. But if I don't really have something substantive and factual to say, I don't want to talk. I want to be able to do research and say, okay, cool, and we can have an intelligent conversation. You guys come on here, man, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys that come in here and listen to what I got to say, as well as your comments. You know what I mean? This ain't about trying to, like they be saying, oh, man, you trying to eat off 2Pac. I don't have to eat off 2Pac. I get royalties, you know what I mean, for work that I put in. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the same. It's not the same thing as I have my own records. I did my own music. I did music for television, movies, and film. I still receive royalties for those. You know what I mean? So it's different when you've done things and you've, put in that work from that perspective, and you can enjoy the fruits of your labor, if you will. Right? Reggie has never written a song. Reggie has never produced a song. Reggie has never sung a song. He's never rapped a song. None of those things. So from that perspective, like I said, all of the dissing and all of the dirt that they tried to throw on me, it just simply didn't work. But I want y'all to know the video that they did the other day is proof in fact, asking Dave Mays to somehow get Reggie and Suge Knight on the phone together on Breakbeat Media. When Reggie was supposed to be the guy who was Suge's right-hand man, who can't even get a collect call from Suge. That's when you know it's bad. When the dude won't call you collect from prison and you letting him know that you'll accept his collect call, right? There's disenchantment there. He wants nothing to do with you. Like I said, Reggie going on Vlad, basically stating that he believed that Russell Poole had got it right when Russell Poole said that Suge was involved with and responsible for Biggie's murder. Reggie went on Vlad and said that he agreed that Russell Poole was right. But yet Suge Knight is supposed to be your right-hand man. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you deal with these facts, if I'm Suge Knight, and I don't have to be Suge Knight, but what Suge Knight has demonstrated so far, and not dealing with Reggie, and Reggie trying to make this assumption that him and Suge is cool and they this, that, and the other, we've seen what it is by the video that they just did, basically begging Dave Mays to get Reggie and Suge Knight together on the phone. And it's not going to happen. Your boy DELRAY, straight game.